Welcome to Warrior Canine Connection's 2023 Virtual Graduation Ceremony. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us today, and your participation is a testament to the incredible support everyone has shown for Warrior Canine Connection and the veterans we serve. Without further delay, we start this momentous occasion with a few special words and the national anthem by singer-songwriter Presley Tennant.
Hey everyone, it's Presley Tennant. I'm a singer-songwriter that you may recognize from last year's Warrior Canine Connection's graduation celebration, and I am just so beyond honored to be back here singing for you guys once again. Before I sing, I just want to take a quick minute to think about why we are really celebrating, not only for the joy, but for the healing that these graduates have been experiencing, and as well as the journey of these puppy raisers, trainers, and most importantly, these veterans and service members that have been putting relentless hours for the past 2 years into prepping these animals for their forever veteran. As I sing this year's national anthem, I just want to remember those who have ensured that our flag continues to wave, and remember the patriots that have paid such a high price that we will be forever in debt to. Will you please rise as I sing the national anthem and dedicate it to our veterans, service members, and military families. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the racket's red glare bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, I'm Rick Yount, WCC's founder and executive director. We are celebrating the graduation of 21 assistance dogs today and the incredible impact that they will have on the veterans and the families that they will serve. In addition to cheering on these amazing dogs and their veteran partners, we're also celebrating WCC's program growth and our ability to serve additional veteran populations. Thanks to everyone who supports WCC in so many ways, to include our dedicated volunteers and staff, we have been able to serve a record number of wounded, ill, and injured veterans this past year. Over 1,200 veterans have been able to participate in our mission-based trauma recovery program at our various program delivery sites around the country. Veterans at Jessup are gaining important life skills and a sense of purpose as they are participating in our therapeutic service dog training program. Our program, working in collaboration with the University of Pennsylvania's Veteran Care Excellence Program, is fully underway, and you can expect to see that expand in the coming year. And after more than 200 years, the United States Public Health Service finally has a mascot, thanks to WCC's Abigail. Now known as Lieutenant Commander Abigail, she will be supporting the public health service officers and all of the people that are entrusted to their care. I recently had an opportunity to watch Abigail work her magic with children who are receiving care at the National Institute of Health. Abigail has clearly found her calling, and WCC is so proud to be able to play a supportive role in caring for our nation's health. Additionally, some of the long-awaited results from the research that we've been engaged with at Walter Reed are starting to be presented at military medicine research forums. As I often say, we finally have the technology to prove what we've known for 30,000 years, and that is that dogs are really good for us. As I humbly celebrate all of the successes with everyone here today who has made all of this possible, I have to report that we still have a great need to fill. In order to sustain and expand our impact, I need to call on everyone listening today for their continued support of WCC's No-Fail mission. One of WCC's growing needs, along with most service dog organizations, is to enlist more puppy parents who will help us to raise and nurture these incredible pups. Everyone at WCC and those we serve are most grateful for your support. You all make this work possible. To highlight some of those who have gone above and beyond in support of our mission, we'd now like to present them with the coveted Wag of the Tail Award.
Warrior Canine Connection is honored to present these three very special awards today. The Wag of the Tail Awards are given to individuals and partners who have played a critical role in our ability to serve veterans. Our first recipient of the Wag of the Tail Award is the Patriot Fund. In 2018, the Patriot Fund first selected WCC as one of its operational partners. Since then, they have consistently supported WCC through generous grants to propel the placement of service dogs and delivery of our unique animal-assisted therapy program to thousands of veterans nationwide. Established in 2016 by Todd Sherman and Major General retired Stephen Hashem, the Patriot Fund is dedicated to inspiring and educating the community about the needs of veterans and providing critical funds to reputable charities who have an immediate and long-lasting impact on the veteran community. Accepting the award on behalf of the Patriot Fund is Command Chief Master Sergeant retired William Markham, a highly decorated Air Force Special Operations veteran. Chief Markham serves as the Patriot Fund's Executive Director, a post he has held since 2020. Thank you to the Patriot Fund for your partnership, support, and all you do to improve the lives of our nation's veterans. We are humbled and honored to work alongside you in this life-saving work. Our second Wag of the Tail Award is presented to the team at Linksoul and its founder, John Ashworth. Based in Oceanside, California, near Marine Base Camp Pendleton, Linksoul is a premier golf apparel company founded with the belief that golf is so much more than just a game. It's a lifestyle. This innovative company announced its Make Par Not War line, and a leadership commitment is donating a portion of sales to WCC. Since then, Linksoul has partnered with Warrior Canine Connection on campaigns featuring golf legends like Bubba Watson, and showcased in the likes of PGA Magazine. Through Linksoul's generosity, this amazing company is transforming their local community and the lives of wounded veterans. WCC is proud to honor Linksoul with its Wag of the Tail Award and recognize the impact it is having on the rehabilitation of veterans in California and beyond. Thank you and congratulations, Linksoul. Our final Wag of the Tail Award goes to Golden Retriever Life, an organization started by Army veteran Kevin Bubols and his lovely wife Katie. Kevin saw firsthand the benefit of animal-assisted interactions while deployed with his unit and accompanied by a special dog named Zach. Upon returning home, Kevin and Katie dedicated themselves to a mission of spreading smiles, with their own dog, a beautiful Golden Retriever Ellie. Now joined by another pup, Emma, they have spent years volunteering in schools, hospitals, and nursing homes, advancing the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of others. In fact, today these friends are tuning in from Europe as they bring smiles to U.S. military families stationed in Germany. Golden Retriever Life has been guests on The Rachel Ray Show, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and have millions of followers on their popular social media channels. Through its fundraising efforts and wonderful ambassador work, Golden Retriever Life has helped WCC put more leashes in the hands of veterans who need them most. Thank you, Kevin and Katie, for your passionate commitment to WCC's work and your noble mission to spread smiles with Ellie and Emma. Congratulations to all 3 of our Wag of the Tail recipients.
And now, without further delay, I have the distinct honor of introducing to you our very distinguished keynote speaker for today's ceremony. As Marine Corps General and the 26th Secretary of Defense, General James Mattis. Sir, we are so grateful for your dedicated and selfless service, and we're quite honored to have you here today to speak with us. Please welcome General Mattis.
Good day. I'm Jim Mattis, U.S. Marine and former Secretary of Defense. I'm honored to join you and be part of the Warrior Canine Connections 2023 graduation ceremony. When I first learned of WCC, it was by way of a nomination so that my name could be bestowed on a brand new puppy training to be a future service dog. As I've come to find out, WCC's naming tradition started in 2012 to honor America's men and women in uniform, some of whom still with us, and others who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom. I was humbled meeting my namesake, a wonderful young comrade with a spirit that reminded me every day that this is the best day ever, that every day is what we'll make of it. Now, you may have been watching last year as WCC's Mattis graduated with his veteran, so you can likely vouch for that dog's spirit. He's as fine a dog as God ever put on this earth. The meaningful work Mattis is doing each and every day is a great source of pride for me. In fact, all of the dogs you will see graduating play a unique and tremendous role in supporting individuals who, in the face of peril, have ensured our nation's security. These brave men and women raised their hands to defend our freedom, and some have returned with injuries that forever changed their lives. I'm thankful there are organizations like Warrior Canine Connection, whose supporters stand on the front lines at home, welcoming warriors back by providing them the support and tools they need to heal. I enlisted in the Marine Corps at age 18. Over 4 decades later, and having served as Secretary of Defense, I've learned a few things. One of them is that no Marine is ever truly alone. He carries with him the spirit passed down from generations before. It is a spirit, an electric force field. It's a glue that infuses and binds warriors together. And whether you are in the Army or the Navy, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, the Space Force, or the Marines, the bond holds true. The same connection between veterans is why Warrior Canine Connection works. WCC's mission is one that carries with it a sense of trust and purpose. Knowing the dogs are trained by fellow veterans instills that same sense of trust at the heart of our military. It's the principle that when the chips are down, you can count on the comrades to your left and right on the battlefield. So too can you trust in WCC that they took seriously the mission to prepare these loyal, steadfast comrades in arms for their buddies. Equally, and perhaps more importantly, is that the veterans helping to train WCC's dogs are themselves able to find a new sense of purpose and oftentimes peace long after their military service. I am humbled and honored to share my heartfelt congratulations with WCC's 2023 graduates. I'm also grateful to everyone involved in making this work possible for our nation's veterans. As we say in the U.S. Marines, Semper Fidelis.
And now we are pleased to introduce you to the graduates of Warrior Canine Connections class of 2023.
So my name is David Snedeker. I am United States Army retired Sergeant First Class. And this is my service dog, Albert. Since I retired, I've been isolated, maybe more than I should. So I think that was part of the reason that we had talked about putting the packet together, finding ways to get less isolated. And I think that having a service dog helps that. Even before I was even matched with one, I thought having a service dog would help me. My thinking has developed into now what do I need to do to not only what do I need to do for myself, but also what I need to do to make Albie's life better for the future. And my wife is super excited for Albie. Sometimes I joke, but it's not a joke. I think my wife is more excited than I am because it's helped us both. He'll get me out of the house more. I'll be walking more. Maybe I'll get in better shape. He'll just, I think he'll get my comfort level or my anxiety down, and I will feel less isolated, I think. I'm hoping that he'll help my isolation. He'll help my anxiety, my depression, my whole mental health aspect. That was my goal of putting the packet in, to help my mental health aspect. I just wanted him to be able to live a happy life as long as I'm still around. And he'll give me another reason to push through. That's another reason, my wife, my kids, and now Albert give me another reason to stick around. So, yeah.
WCC Albert is named in honor of Navy Captain Albert Shimkus, retired, who served 33 years in a decorated military career that included service as a general medic in Vietnam. 11 of those years were spent at sea in support of deployed forces, including assignments as senior medical officer on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt and USS George Washington. Additionally, serving as the Joint Task Force surgeon, among many others. Albert's leash is passed by puppy parent Elizabeth Lang. Thank you for your important role in ensuring Albert's success.
My name is James Riley. I'm a retired petty officer, second class from the United States Coast Guard. And this is my service dog, Ashley. I learned about WCC through another service member while I was going through recovery at Walter Reed. I was really on the fence about applying for a service dog for myself, even though my medical provider said, they think it'd be beneficial to my recovery and my life. So, that service member really pushed me to, say, hey, it's okay to, have a service dog and submit my application. I love the mission, and I love that she's made a difference in other veterans' lives, and it's powerful. She's like my rock, so for sure. She settled in nicely. Like, I don't think she's a morning person, because we've been sleeping in. It was like day one or day two, I noticed I was kind of just like real high strung, and she just was almost synced with me since day one. Just completely synced with my energy. No, I mean, if anybody ever needs help, any other service member that's, in recovery or getting involved in WCC, me and Ashley are here to help or answer any questions anytime, because we love this mission.
WCC's Ashley is named for U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Ashley Burris. After witnessing the events of 9/11, Burris enlisted during her senior year of high school. She completed numerous duty assignments, including stints in South Korea and Afghanistan, before being selected to serve as an Army recruiter, where she spent 4 years before being discharged in 2012. Passing Ashley's leash is puppy parent Amy Yount and puppy parents Jane and Pat Hipsley. Thank you for everything you have done to ensure Ashley's success.
My name is Richard Williams. I retired from the Marine Corps. I was a fighter pilot and was a major. This is my dog, Bucci. Just got matched with him a couple of weeks ago, and he's wonderful. He's just perfect. I saw something online about veterans playing with puppies, and it said WCC and where it was, so I just drove out here to play with the puppies. When I showed up, I didn't know they did service dogs for veterans. I had no idea. Someone gave me Bucci, and he was just very friendly, wiggle butt, and he just locked eyes, and I held his face, and You know, some of the dogs, they just want a treat, you know. And they pull away, not him, man. He's like, you know, very friendly. And then I said, get under, and he just did there for an hour and a half. He just laid there like I didn't even know he was there. But the girls picked up on it, and I think it was the next day or something, they called me and told me, Bucci's for me, you know. You know, when I met him and saw how good he was, and he really is good, he's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Bucci was named after a PFC in World War II, and he fought through Europe, I think North Africa. And it said PFC, I was thinking, you know, he didn't even get promoted. But what I read was that he turned it down because he wanted to stay with his unit. And that's cool, you know, because you trust your buddies, you know. Even though he was Army, it's good stuff. Yeah, well, World War II, my God, those guys, they were heroes. And Bucci was. I think he got the Bronze Star, and they don't just pass those out. They saw Bucci, and I had no clue, and they called me up. There had to have been 6 or 7 of them, and they told me, we matched you with Bucci. And they're all like, they were so excited. They're as happy as I was. They love what they do. So, and you can tell, you know.
WCC's Bucci is named after U.S. Army Private First Class Alfred Francis Bucci. Bucci was drafted in 1942 and prepared to enlist to serve his country midway through World War II. He served as a communications technician both in the Africa Campaign and the European theater. During several major conflicts, Bucci single-handedly maintained his post twice when left behind overnight in enemy territory. He separated from the Army in 1945 as a well-decorated soldier that fought his way through Africa and Europe. Along the way, he turned down several promotions to remain with his battalion and serve beside his friends and fellow soldiers. Passing the leash for Bucci, puppy parents Rachel Steiger and Jeff Rand. Thank you for your dedication to Bucci's success.
Hi, I'm Kathy Brown. I'm from the Albuquerque area. I'm an Army veteran, Army strong all day long. This is my gorgeous and lovely service dog, Cortez. I've had a lot of problems with PTSD, and I decided that just maybe this dog could help me manage my PTSD. I have 2 rescues at home, and they're just not trained for this. After our first night, we went back home, so to speak. And she was just like really great, slept with me, cuddled with me, really helped me. In fact, last night I started getting some anxious, and there was a bump on the hands telling me, okay, I'm here. You don't need to be anxious anymore. That is a very therapeutic effect for me, that she just cuddles. I mean, I just love it. And the other night, she just put her head on my chest, and that was it. I knew we were in love. And having her devotion to me. I mean, people really look at me funny because I've got this dog tethered to me, but this is my dog, and I want her near me. Yes, I want Cortez near me, because she's such a good girl. She's so understanding, so good. I just would like to take her traveling with me. If I go to the Grand Canyon and do some hiking, I want to take her with me. I would love to take Cortez there and see how she reacts to it. Just providing new experiences for both of us. And I hope we get to grow old together. But I am incredibly grateful to the puppy parents who raised this wonderful dog. I mean, it's just, you're a godsend. You are my rescue. Yes, yes, pretty girl, yes.
WCC's Cortez is named after Air Force Senior Airman Ann Cortez. Cortez graduated from Basic in San Antonio, Texas on July 4, 2003. She was then in Monterey, California at the Defense Language Institute, where she studied the Tagalog language as a 1A8 cryptolinguist. Cortez ultimately reclassified and received training at the 315th TRS at Goodfellow Air Force Base, where she graduated top of her class Her final station was at the 26th AIS, where she served as a targeteer. Cortez received the Commandant's Challenge coin, as well as Airman of the Quarter at Hickman. However, she says her biggest accomplishment is still happily being married to the guy she fell in love with while at the Defense Language Institute. Passing Cortez's leash is puppy parent Sarah Olson. Thank you for your time, love, and energy that went into WCC's Cortez to ensure that she would be the best service dog for her veteran.
Hello, I'm Paula Crawford Gamble. I'm captain in the United States Navy Nurse Corps, retired. And I've been recently matched with Dolly, who is a phenomenal black lab and was named after the American Red Cross donut dollies. You can see we're bonding really well. It's been a great experience having the opportunity to bond with her. She's been loving and supporting me throughout. It's been a great experience. I fall in love with every dog I meet. I mean, it's just amazing. The pups here are just outstanding in so many ways. It's disappointing sometimes when you find that you weren't matched to a certain pup. But the expertise of the trainers is unbelievable. They know exactly what they're doing. I mean, they obviously know the dogs, and they gain an appreciation for you every time you meet with them. So I came up about 3 or 4 times, and Dolly was taking care of me in so many ways that I didn't realize. You know, how I was responding really activated her to do certain behaviors. And so I think it was a couple of weeks after that, I got a call from Sarah, and I just lost it when they told me. I'm sorry. I was really happy. She's already had some major impacts. I sleep through the night, and that has not happened in years. My days are much better now. An appreciation to Lisa, the puppy parent who took care of Dolly and raised Dolly for almost 2 years. The job that she did, along with the support of the trainers, has just been phenomenal. And I really wanted to extend an appreciation for giving me such a dynamic dog to be a partner in my life.
WCC's Dolly was named in honor of the American Red Cross donut dollies, the brave young women who served American troops between World War II and the Vietnam War. These women were sent to active war zones to boost morale and bring a touch of home to military service members. Passing Dolly's leash is puppy parent Lisa Pendleton. Thank you, Lisa, for ensuring that Dolly is the best service dog she can be for her veteran.
My name is Specialist Tina Marie Hauser. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and this is Eric, my service dog. Being out in public, it brought on a lot of anxiety for me. And going through MBTR, being able to do an outing with one of the younger dogs and see how that dog responded to my anxiety and helped me through it. It actually made me anxious in a good way to come to the team training because I saw the positives that my service dog would provide for me. It actually helped me to see how I could get my life back. I could start doing things for myself, not rely on other people. You know, I know when I first contemplated putting in my application, first of all, I wasn't sure if I was worthy. But then the more I talked to my clinicians, my doctors, my therapists, and they encouraged me to apply for the service dog. They felt that it would be a benefit. And then when I read the information from WCC, and I saw how they had veterans involved in training the dogs and how involved the puppy parents were in the training process. And I saw how caring the trainers and the staff were about the veterans and the dogs. And then when I got that phone call that I was matched, that was the best day.
WCC's Eric is named in honor of U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer Eric Kesterson, a Marine Corps Medal of Heroism recipient who is credited with saving the lives of 7 soldiers after pulling them from the wreckage of a helicopter crash shortly before it burst into flames. After honorably discharging, he returned to service after 9/11 and became a Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Tragically, he was killed in Iraq in 2003 when his helicopter went down due to enemy attacks while transporting a Stryker support team to assist other troops. Passing WCC's Eric's leash are puppy parents Linda Wang and Mary Kirby, both who assisted in his development and training. Thank you for all you've done to make sure Eric is a success.
Hi, I'm Melissa Smith, and this is my service dog, Healy. I know that when I was going through the process of medical retirement, having a connection with an animal would have been so critical for me at that time. So it makes me feel really good that, other veterans got to experience him and work with him and see his successes. And I had a really great discussion with one of the trainers who actually has her own service dog, and it was good to hear about someone else's experience of transitioning out, getting a service dog, what their life looks like, and how they navigate those situations. The fact that he is named for a Marine veteran was super exciting because I loved the Corps history and the pride that Marine Corps has. So it's really exciting that he gets to carry that on. He is getting a sidecar, and it's going to be red with a black rain fly, so that when the weather gets good, that we can ride to the clinic in style. Yeah. I'm just excited for the life that we're gonna have together and all the places that we'll go and all the things that we'll experience together. And it will be definitely a huge impact in my life because I won't be going through it by myself anymore. It will be about us, and it will be about the world that we create for ourselves. Yeah, so I don't know.
WCC's Healy was named after U.S. Marine Corps Corporal Dennis Healy. Corporal Healy was incredibly proud to be a Marine, and even prouder to have served during the Vietnam War. And his awards and decorations include a Purple Heart. Healy's leash is passed by puppy parents Betty Ann Marone and Deborah Schurman. Thank you both for everything you have done in preparing Healy for his placement.
My name is Rod Foliente. I was in the Army for almost 11 years, and I separated as a staff sergeant. And this is my service dog, Hickson. So Hickson is my second service dog. Cadence was my first, and Cadence literally saved my life. She saved my life, she saved my relationship with my family. She helped give me purpose again. And when she passed away from cancer, I was devastated. I didn't go back to where I was before that because of everything that she had helped me with already. She had healed me so much and healed us as a family so much. And then I met Hickson. I remember the night I came home after working with Hickson, I slept. And even as I was going to bed, I just started giggling. That was the first time I laughed since Cadence passed. Cadence helped me see the beauty of life again and helped me smile again. Hickson just helps me laugh. He's just perfect for me now. I can't express how grateful I am to the Warrior Canine Connection. I've heard a number of different people say here that once you're part of the pack, you're always part of the pack. And that's just incredibly true. And I'm honored to feel a part of the pack.
WCC's Hickson, who is named in memory of U.S. Marine Corps Colonel Todd J. Hickson, who served in the Corps for over 27 years. He completed numerous deployments and received a Bronze Star during that time. In November of 2009, Colonel Hickson lost his life secondary to PTSD. Passing Hickson's leash are puppy parents Dana and Adrian Riddle. Thank you for all of the love and dedication you've shown Hickson in preparing him for his forever veteran.
My name is Charles Klein. I go by Chuck. I was a Chief Warrant Officer 4 in the United States Army, almost 25 years. This is my dog, Joshua Bowden. He goes by Josh. He's a beautiful dog, great dog. Him and I get along great. I'm terrified of going to grocery stores. I don't like crowds at all. And for the last 2 years, I hardly ever left the house. And so when we went to the grocery store today, I was really scared, really nervous, and he made it really easy. And he did really well. He knew his job, he knew his commands, and when I'd screw up the commands, he would look at me like, hey, I know what I'm doing. You need to do the right thing. So it made it really easy because having him just made it so much easier for me to go through the grocery store. I'm sorry. But anyway, my wife would be happy, because I just don't get out of the house. And now I can live a normal life again. Because I had him with me and because I was focused on him, and knowing he was there, it just made it a lot easier. Actually, when they told me he was named after Joshua Bowden, Staff Sergeant Bowden, and he died of his wounds from Afghanistan, and he was EOD. And from his picture, it looked like he might have even been attached to Special Forces, and he was out of Colorado when he died. And it just so happened, I was downrange at the same time he was. It really hit home to me. It hit hard. So it's really special that I got a dog named after him. It means a lot.
WCC's Josh bears the name of U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Joshua Bowden, who bravely followed his brother's footsteps as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. Serving on multiple deployments to Afghanistan, Staff Sergeant Bowden tragically lost his life in 2013 during an enemy attack on his unit in Ghazni. Josh had 2 puppy parents for different phases of his training. Passing his leash are Richard Stevens and Tegan Kopelenko. Many thanks for the role that each of you played in Josh's placement.
My name is Don Quafford. I've served for 32 years in the Marine Corps and the Army, Marine Corps Infantry and Army JAG. I've served all over the world. After all of that travel, it has brought me here to meet Kennedy, and this is Kennedy. The initial meeting, I always kind of felt like I was going to break Kennedy, so it was a little odd. But he's an awesome dog. He does everything that he's trained to do. Hopefully, Kennedy likes California. He wakes me up in the morning earlier than I would want to be woken up, but we'll get around that. Yeah, it's been nice having him at the hotel. It's nice. It's nice to have somebody there with you. When I get home to California, Kennedy will do everything that I do for the most part. He'll go to the office with me. My job is very supportive of having Kennedy with me. And generally when I get home, I don't go too many other places, but certainly I would stop at the grocery store on the way home. Occasionally we go out to very noisy areas. But Val has told me that she's taken Kennedy to these same noisy areas, and he does fine. So I think when we get back to California, I think Kennedy will do fine. All of the staff are really friendly, really professional, do a great job, very thorough on the commands and taking care of the service dog, health-wise, hygiene-wise. So, from the beginning to the end, A to Z, everything was covered so far in the orientation and in the training. So, they've done an excellent job thus far.
WCC's Kennedy is named after U.S. Army Private First Class James M. Kennedy, who served as a forward scout and demolition expert during World War II. Kennedy served 195 consecutive days of combat, including the Battle of the Bulge. He was awarded 2 Purple Hearts and the Bronze Star, along with numerous other medals and citations. Passing Kennedy's leash are puppy parents Laurie Torchinsky, Pam Harris, and Donna Vaughn. Thank you each for your part in Kennedy's success.
My name is Preston Pate. I am retired Air Force Senior Master Sergeant. I was in for 26 years. I got a call one day and they told me that they had a dog for me and that her name was Lena and that they felt she was a really good match for me. I was almost overwhelmed. I was very excited. I'd been waiting for the moment to happen, and the way she greeted me just made me overjoyed. And the way she came to me, it's like she picked me out as opposed to me picking her out. And it was just really a good, feel-good moment that just kept on going and going and going. And I know that moment will still keep going because every time I look at her, I know she's there for me. I know she's going to help me. And I feel very fortunate. You don't feel alone. You feel like you have something there and it has purpose. And that gives you hope. And the more hope you have, the more you can progress. Like they say, if you want unconditional love, get a dog. And I truly believe that. The longer that Lena and I are together, the stronger our bond will become. And she will make me have a much brighter future.
WCC's Lena was named in honor of Navy Chief Nurse Lena Higbee, who led the Nurse Corps through World War I and survived the Spanish flu epidemic, and was one of the first females to be awarded the Navy Cross. In 1945, the Navy commissioned the USS Higbee in her honor. It was the first combat warship to be named for a female member of the U.S. Navy. Passing Lena's leash are puppy parents Josh Phillips and Anna Wancia. Thank you both for your dedication, love, and support of Lena and her forever veteran.
My name is Tim Boyle. I was in the Army from 2003 to 2013. I spent most of my career at 10th Mountain. I was deployed to Iraq in 2007 and Afghanistan in 2013. And this is my service dog, Mikey. He's so friendly to everybody and all dogs that he kind of is not the same personality as I have. So by him being around here and around other dogs, it forces me to be a lot more open in the community. When he's working for me, especially at night, his big old paws will interrupt. And I didn't realize how long my nightmares were. Because as soon as he hears them, he wakes me up, and that's making it so my nightmares aren't all night long, and he interrupts them, which is really great. I didn't realize I didn't even realize it was that bad of a part of my PTSD until Mikey came along. He figured out something that was probably causing other problems throughout the day. Yes, Mikey. Mikey's like, yes, and I get to do whatever I want as long as there's treats involved. I am very happy. So I appreciate everything everybody has done for me and for Mikey, and I know that if I ever need any support, I have it anytime I need it. So that's also the continuation of, it's not just here's your dog, leave. It's here's your dog and we're gonna keep up with you on wherever you need in the future. So thank you very much.
WCC's Mikey is named in honor of United States Air Force Airman First Class Michael Callanan. He joined the Air Force in 1958 and was proud to guard and secure our country from his station on Hickman Air Force Base in Hawaii. Passing Mikey's leash is puppy parent Cheyenne Wild, training at WCC by day and loving Mikey at night. Thank you for everything you have done to ensure Mikey's success in his new home.
My name is James Casper. I was with the 1st Air Cavalry in Vietnam in 1968. I'm a combat infantry Purple Heart vet, and this is my dog Rosie. Yeah, I mean, I was very cautious about even thinking about taking her to stores and everything. People will look at you and think something's wrong with you and everything. But once the trainers took me around and everything, I'm getting real comfortable with it. So these trainers, they make sure you can do it all. I don't know how they can train these dogs. It's just, you can't even train people like that. Rosie's named after Navy Captain Rosie Mariner, the first woman to get her wings in the Navy, the first woman to be a jet pilot in the Navy, the first woman to command a squadron, an aviation squadron in the Navy, and they went into Operation Desert Storm. And she made it all the way to captain before she retired. That's a high ladder to climb. Every time somebody asks me, I'm going to tell them, because I'm a vet too that I had in my 9-man squad in Vietnam, 5 of them got killed different places. I would be happy if somebody was still keeping their name alive. And it reminds people of the vet, like Rosie. She's an unsung hero in the military. And she's in the history books, so, and that's good. Where I don't know if I'm in any kind of book. My problem with PTSD is the war would keep coming in front of my head. I watch TV and I'll miss it for 5 minutes because I'm thinking about the war. But with her, I haven't hardly thought about the war. I mean, I know it's going to still be there and she's going to be with me, but I know I escaped and me and her are running on the loose. Yeah, let them try to catch us. So it's going to be good and it's going to be exciting, ain't it, girl? Yep.
WCC's Rosie is named in memory of U.S. Navy Captain Rosemarie Mariner, who was selected in the first class of women for flight training. She was one of 6 female aviators to earn wings in 1974 and became one of the first female Navy jet pilots. She went on to serve on the staff of the Joint Chiefs in the Pentagon and retired from the Navy as a captain in 1997 after 24 years of service with over 3,500 flight hours in 15 types of aircraft. Sadly, she passed away in 2019 after a lengthy battle with ovarian cancer. Rosie's leash is being passed by puppy parent Charlyn Tanner. Thank you for all of the love and support you've given Rosie to ensure that she is the best for her placement as a service dog.
My name is Shambrika Christian. I was in the Army for 6.5 years, and this is my dog Slick. When I got the phone call saying that I had a match and I got sent the picture, I was like ecstatic. I was like, oh my gosh. And when I saw him, I just felt like I loved him already. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like they found me a dog, they found me a match. And I was so happy because I was just so closed in. I was so cold, really showed no emotions, don't trust anyone. So when I saw him, I was like, man, I can trust someone. Maybe I can walk in the store every once in a while, you know. I'm just feel like I can get better. I just want y'all to know that I'm so appreciative, and I've been on the other side where I didn't know where else to turn to or have anyone else to turn to. And that's in a bad place to be as a vet. But there's people out there who actually care, like you guys. And I'm appreciative of that. And it's not easy being a vet. So just reach out. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys.
WCC's Slick was named after Maryland Flying Camp Sergeant William Slick Sleek, who enlisted in 1776 and was with General George Washington when he crossed the Delaware and fought in the battles of Trenton and Brandywine. Passing Slick's leash is puppy parents Robin Martin, Bev and C.J. Jensen, and Stacy Litzenberger, all of whom played an important role in his development and training. Thank you so much for your dedication to WCC's Slick. And next are graduates in the category of Military Family Support Dog.
Hi, my name is Carla Cringer.
My name is Joseph Cringer. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, and this is our family support dog, Buzz.
My husband struggles with getting from the floor, like if he was down on the floor, getting up, and we have grandchildren, so he, even though it's a struggle for him, he'll still get down and play with those kids, you know. And then the other day when he went to get up, and we were sitting on the floor with Buzz, and he went to get up, and Buzz just stood in front of him, and I'm like, he's inviting you. So for me, that was great.
Giving them veteran names is, I don't know, it just tugs at your heartstrings. It really does, you know. So knowing that they're not forgotten in one way or another. I mean, may it be as simple as this. I mean, giving a dog their namesake is just gratitude for their service and appreciation. That's the extent of how everybody gets involved, and just, I can't say enough. I really can't say enough about how, I don't know, there isn't even words to put together this whole organization, how they operate here. And they're for the veterans, and that's appreciation for all of this. It goes beyond any words could say.
You know, people say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, obviously it takes a village to raise a service animal.
Being a soldier in the field, okay, you have that sense of pride that you work together as a team. And that's what this all is. It's a team. It's a team effort. And to give back to veterans, it's huge. It's huge.
WCC's Buzz is named in honor of U.S. Navy Commander Harold H. Buzz Collins, retired. His 20-year career included working aboard the USS Enterprise as catapult and arresting gear officer in combat operations while deployed in the Middle East. He also worked in safety operations as instructor pilot and as head of the aviation plans and programs for the Chief of Naval Operations Staff in D.C. Commander Collins is now a pilot with Southwest Airlines. Buzz's leash is being passed by puppy parents Mare and Sarah Liefeld. Thank you both for your love and dedication to Buzz's success with his forever family.
Hi, I'm Josiah. This is my mom, Nashisha, and this is Ember, our family military support dog.
I feel like the process to get Ember has been, I really don't have words to describe it. From the beginning, I didn't see where the future would be, where we are now, but it all lines up perfectly. All the tasks and the questionnaires and the interviews, they all have huge value. And the end result is, it's like the perfect puzzle piece for your family. My husband works a lot with problems that people walk away with from combat. on a daily basis, and I know that he has researched and been involved with looking into all the different programs that are offered to try to help. So I know he has high value in the training that the dogs receive from the other veterans, because a veteran truly understands what a veteran needs and what they're thinking. And so he fully appreciates and values the work that's been put forth to train the dogs to help the veterans get through all the trials and the trauma.
Once I get home, Ember and I will spend some time outside. I enjoy the outdoors, but sometimes it's difficult to leave the house. So I deal with anxiety and social anxiety pretty heavily. So Ember will definitely be able to help me through that. Once we get home, it'll be nice having someone to keep me company. I'm just very, very thankful for everyone who has helped with the whole process.
WCC's Ember is named in memory of U.S. Army Specialist Ember Alt. Specialist Alt enlisted in the Army in 2011 after graduating from high school. Serving as a wheeled vehicle mechanic, Alt deployed to Afghanistan in November 2012. On June 18, 2013, while serving in Afghanistan, Specialist Alt was killed when militants fired 2 rockets into the Bagram Air Base. She was 21 years old. Alt was awarded the Army Achievement Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and an Army Service Ribbon. Passing Ember's leash is puppy parent Deborah Logan. Your love and dedication to Ember is a mirror of Ember's love and dedication to her new family.
My name's Micah Steinfad.
And I'm Sarah Steinfad, and this is Nathan.
The team training's been really good so far. It's more about us learning the commands that Nathan knows. The thing that stood out the most for me with the team training has been learning the commands. And so being able to study and know those, it's like learning another language even though it's in English. But that's been my favorite part.
My favorite thing about Nathan is just he's just such a calm dog, and he's a really good boy, and he's so wonderful with our children. We got to come with all the kids and the whole family to come meet several dogs, and everyone just gravitated towards Nathan. So I would say there was an instant connection. They're taking turns, having little powwows. They just sit in the other room and talk to him. Our second child has been designing dog houses for Nathan, with floor plans and stuff, and constructing them out of Amazon boxes. So it's been really fun for our family.
Holistically, I think there's an emotional healing that we're really getting out of this, and we'll continue to look to foster as we go moving forward, and they learn more. Already with our daughter, our 2 daughters and our son, they've all taken a very personal interest in working with Nathan and playing with him and just welcoming him into the family. Knowing that Nathan holds the name of Nathan McCone, it does mean something to us. Both his name will live on as long as we have Nathan, and certainly far beyond that, knowing that we were able to participate in such a special program and also carry his namesake forward.
WCC's Nathan is named after U.S. Marine Corps Captain Nathan R. McCone, who was part of the Lucky Red Lions helicopter squadron, HMH 363. Tragically, Captain McCone was killed in 2021 while on his second deployment to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, when his helicopter experienced a catastrophic malfunction. He is remembered as someone who was generous to a fault, and the only thing bigger than his smile was his heart. Several puppy parents are passing Nathan's leash, each who played a critical role during his training. John Alstrada, Pam Calhotra, Diane Johnson, and Alexis Baker. Thank you each for ensuring Nathan's placement with his forever family.
My name is Cara Pellini. My husband, Mark Pellini, is active duty military. He's served in the Army for 24 years. This is our military family support dog, Sarah. My husband, he's stationed in Fort Bragg. My two daughters, Isabella and Olivia, and we live up in Annandale. So we have kind of been living a little bit of a transient situation where my husband's commuting back and forth. Embedded in his command was also a 9-month deployment. So we have dealt with some separation, as military families do with deployments. So again, when we found this program, it just really aligned with our family's needs. You know, my husband will be returning home permanently in the next few weeks from our 2 years of, you know, coming and going, and encompassing in that was a deployment. We have an older daughter moving away to college. We do have, you know, as a military family and living the trials and tribulations of everything involved with that, I do think that there is certain levels of anxiety and stresses in our household that might not necessarily be in the average household. So, you know, knowing that Sarah can provide those cues and those supports, you know, to kind of regulate that type of emotion, I think will be a huge asset in our family. Kind of be that common thread that kind of keeps us linked as we're reintegrating and kind of reconnecting. You know, for our fellow military families and veterans and anybody who in the service members who have an opportunity to work with you all, I would just say to spread the word, because I've been 24 years as a military spouse, and just recently knowing that this organization existed is just phenomenal. And you think of, you know, the younger military families or any families that might be experiencing difficulties in this lifestyle that we live, and knowing that there's this type of resource out there is just truly phenomenal. So I would say, yes, spreading the word and sharing what a magnificent program and opportunity it is.
WCC's Sarah is named in honor of United States Army Corporal Sarah Roddick. She enlisted in the Army with the desire to make an impact through service. In 2012, Roddick deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. After separating from the Army, Roddick returned to her hometown, where she speaks and shares her experience with JROTC. Sarah's leash is passed by puppy parents Jane and Pat Hipsley, along with Emily Myers. Thank you for all that you have done and for all of the love that you have given WCC Sarah.
Hi, my name is Mary Longwell.
And I'm Frank Longwell. And I'm a Vietnam vet and had a lot of interesting adventures in Vietnam from 1968 to 1969. And helping me through all of this stuff is my little buddy here, our little buddy, Tesla. This guy we knew and his girlfriend, who we really knew well because it was my daughter's friend, came in with a dog, a golden retriever. And the dog had mannerisms that were just unbelievable. We lost a dog 2 years ago, and I'm desperate for another dog to help with my mental problems with battle and war in Vietnam. So I asked him to go into detail. He brought up Warrior Connection as how he got his dog, and that's what started it all.
Training has been fantastic. The knowledge that these trainers have and know how to present. I'm a speech pathologist. I worked in schools. You know, how you deliver your message, you know, is so important. And they're very well trained, and they're very excellent at providing that information. People have said, I said, we've been in training. And she said, you are? I said, yes. And they say, well, we're happy Frank's going to be trained. No, they don't say that. But all of them on this staff that we've met here has been really out of this world, really.
I can't imagine a dog knowing what this dog knows in such a short time.
Yeah, she has over 70 hours of training. You know, that's amazing. I don't think Frank has that many hours of training.
WCC's Tesla is named after Marine Corps Lance Corporal Tesla DeBarros, retired. She came from a family rich in military history and enlisted in the Marine Corps in 2013. She completed boot camp and attended specialty training to become a military police officer. Tesla's leash is passed by puppy parents Victoria Ma and Kevin Simpson. It is your dedication and support that made her a success for her forever family. And last but certainly not least, our graduates in the category of facility dogs.
Hi, my name is Dan Johnson. I'm a Lieutenant Commander in the United States Public Health Service Commissioned Corps, and I am currently stationed at the National Institutes of Health. I'm a dietitian officer category, and I will be working with Abigail here, who will be known as Lieutenant Commander Abigail, the first ever mascot for the United States Public Health Service, who will be representing all officers of the Public Health Service and the work that we complete, which includes protecting, promoting, and advancing the health and safety of our nation. So Abigail is named in honor of Abigail Adams, the First Lady of the United States under President John Adams, the second President of the United States, who interestingly signed the Act for Sick and Disabled Seamen back in 1789, which was actually the founding of the United States Public Health Service. Abigail was named with permission from the Daughters of the American Revolution, and so we are thrilled to be able to have a name linked to our history. So we're going to see her on deployments. So she's actually going to be literally side by side with me at times when we go down to areas that have been recently hit by public health emergencies, hurricane areas and tornado areas. And right now, one of the areas that we envision her probably getting a good start with is visiting hospitals, and especially children in hospitals, which, as we all know, is a wonderful, an ideal picture to see folks' overall spirits lifted. And we've already seen Abigail doing some of that in just the team training. But it really envisioned that Abigail would be a part of being an officer in the Public Health Service, and so following all of the same routines and all of the same requirements that active duty officers are to complete. She lifts my spirits. She gives me the ability to recognize that all people, no matter where we are and what we're doing, need to have a smile put on their face. She offers that opportunity with a constantly wagging tail. It's with pride and pleasure that I say, there is no stone left unturned in our relationship with Warrior Canine Connection and in the goal of us having a mascot for the United States Public Health Service.
WCC's Abigail is named after Abigail Adams, the former First Lady of the United States, who has a historical connection to the service. Passing Abigail's leash are puppy parents Charlyn Tanner and Domenica Green. Thank you both for everything you have done to ensure Abigail's success in her new role.
Hi, my name is Tess Bandy. I'm an active duty Navy nurse, and this is my facility dog, Quigley. We would always see people at Walter Reed, they would just stop and they're like, the dogs are here, like we're so excited. And Quigley is very unique and very much a facility dog. He is very, very sweet, very calm. He gives hugs without even being asked, and they're so gentle, which would be absolutely perfect for any patient, patient, staff, all alike, because he's just, look at him, he's beautiful. So he's just the perfect advocate for that sort of thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he interacts with everybody. Quigley's name being named after a military member is very important, just because I feel like that brings together the community, kind of makes him more personable, makes it open to conversation. You could be meeting another military member and they go, oh, Quigley, what's that from? And it's someone like them, like worked in the same environment, and like the way that it could inspire them in some way. So I just feel like it really does continue to bring together the community, bring awareness to the program, bring awareness to the dogs, and just how we're still all connected, even if they might not feel like it at the time. Oh, the puppy parents, they were awesome. I loved the puppy parents. Actually really excited about the puppy parents because this was their first dog, and they did an excellent job with Quigley. Quigley's puppy parents have even brought him his old puppy toys and all that stuff. So I'm excited to keep in contact with them and just show what Quigley's doing and all the hard work they put into that. So yeah, definitely excited about that. I love that I can bring a dog to work and bring this to other people, but I'm also just very excited to have Quigley at home, have this opportunity to take him on walks, meet other people, and even every time I PCS, I'm excited that he gets to come with me, to a new place. It's kind of exciting that we get to adventure together as we continue to go and meet new people and go to new places. So I'm very excited about all of that.
WCC's Quigley is named after U.S. Navy Lieutenant Commander Michael J. Quigley. After 14 years of enlisted service, he was commissioned as an intelligence officer. Quigley has had the opportunity to serve on every continent other than Antarctica within his 5 combat deployments that have included Bosnia, Iraq, and Libya. Quigley has served on every scale from the tactical to the national level. Quigley retired from the Navy in November of 2019 after 30 years of service. Quigley's success comes by way of puppy parent Pamela Fox. Thank you for passing Quigley's leash in his new important role as a facility dog in the United States Navy. We would now like to introduce to you WCC's breeder ambassadors. These dogs provide the foundation for WCC's programs, helping to produce healthy, adorable puppies who become future service dogs and ensure the organization's continued growth. WCC's Tisha, with puppy parents Tammy and Bill Crozier. WCC's Michelle, with puppy parent Tracy Ballard. WCC's Myrtle, with puppy parent Kathy Madsen. WCC's Jelaine, with puppy parent Dakota Quelland. And WCC's Arliss, a stud in our breeding program with puppy parents Michelle Tate and Tiffany Riggleman. Congratulations to everyone involved with the success of our breeder ambassadors and to all of the graduates of the Warrior Canine Connections class of 2023. When you reflect back on the stories you have heard today, also remember that while the graduating teams are being celebrated, so too is your dedication to the service of our nation's veterans and their families. All of our dogs have played a critical role in assisting hundreds of veterans, and regardless of placement, all of our dogs are making the Warrior Canine Connection possible.